Hey, it's Nathan with Crazy Marketing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect my ClickFunnels funnels to my Shopify store. Now, this method is about 80% automated and 20% manual, and there are a couple benefits to it. First thing, it's reasonably cost effective. Now, it does take a little bit of time, maybe 60 seconds to 75 seconds per order, but it also gives you full control over everything so that we can customize the orders how you see fit. So that's pretty powerful. And it does involve the paid version of Zapier, which starts at $20 a month, so there is a fee associated with this method. But it is my preferred method, and we're just going to go ahead and hop straight into it. So first things first, you need to go ahead and add a copy of this ClickFunnels order tracker to your Google Drive. So you're going to come up to File here, make a copy, and then you're going to go ahead and make a copy of this file on your Google Drive. Now, when you get into this file option, you'll see an option to add to your drive. Do not do that option. You want to go ahead and make a copy and create a copy of the file in your drive. You don't want to add my file to your drive because you won't be able to edit it. So later on when you're messing with Zapier, if you're getting errors, it's probably because you added it to your drive instead of created a copy on your drive. So hopefully I'm making that clear. It's file and make a copy and save it on your drive wherever you want. So that's step one, and I'll link to this tracker down below so you'll have it. Now step two is we're going to go over to Zapier and go ahead and make a zap. So we're going to actually make two separate zaps. The first zap is going to be used to create a customer in our Shopify store. And the second zap is going to be to update our order tracker. So that Google Sheet that you just created a copy of on your Google Drive. So let's create our first zap. And again, this is to create a new customer in Shopify. So new customer. And we need to select our trigger app. And in our case, it's going to be ClickFunnels. So essentially we're telling Zapier to watch ClickFunnels for a new customer, and when we find a new customer, we're going to go ahead and push them into Shopify. So our trigger app is going to be ClickFunnels, and we're going to be watching for a new purchase. So select this option right here, save and continue. And you're going to go ahead and select your ClickFunnels account. If you don't have your ClickFunnels account available here, go ahead and connect your account and just follow the steps. It's real easy to do. And once you're all connected, go ahead and select it, hit save and continue. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to watch all funnels, and I'm going to watch all funnel steps because we're going to use some of Zapier's filters to filter out who we actually want to push through to Shopify. So I'm going to leave all funnels and all funnel steps, hit continue. We can go ahead, hit fetch and continue. It's going to go out there and look for any recent customer transactions. We could view our purchase information to see, what gets sent from ClickFunnels over to Zapier here. And it looks good to me. So I'll go ahead, hit continue. And now it's asking us to set up our action app. But before I get to that, I want to go ahead and hit this little plus option here because I want to add a filter. So hit this plus option, hit filter. And only continue if is my filter option. So save and continue. So only continue if, select here, this drop down, and I want to look for step. So I'm looking for contact funnel step ID, and I want to go ahead and select this option right here, and I'll hit this drop down here and do text contains. And now I need to enter my contact funnel step ID to watch for. So what I want to do is go over to ClickFunnels here, and I want to load up my funnel, and I want to find that initial order form in my funnel, so where the individual first enters their payment information and contact information, and it's going to be the order form page type. And if you're using my funnel here, it'll be this form right here. And if you look at the top here, we see how ClickFunnels kind of breaks down our funnels. So we have our funnel, and then it has our funnel ID right here. And then we have our steps, and we have our step ID right here. So what we want to do is copy our step ID. So again, this is our initial funnel step ID, and we want to paste that in here. So what we're doing here is we're watching this particular page on ClickFunnels, this initial page right here for a new purchase. And when a new purchase is made, then that means there's a new customer, and we're going to push that information into Shopify. Hopefully that's making some sense to you. So we're watching to make sure that the funnel step contains this ID number right here. We'll hit test and continue. And it says that the zap would not have continued, which I expected, so that's okay. Hit continue. And we actually want to go ahead and add one more filter in here. So we'll go to filter, or I'm sorry, the plus icon, and then filter, and only continue if, save and continue. And we're going to look for status here, status, and text contains, and we want paid. So there are a couple options here. It's going to say like failed, or I think refund. And what you want to watch for are status paid. So you only want customers that have paid money to process through this Zap. So we're looking for status contains paid. So test and continue, and that was successful because it was a successful order. So I'll hit continue. So now we have two filters here. This first one is filtering if they're on the correct step ID. And side note, if you have multiple funnels, you can watch multiple funnel step IDs. So you just hit this or option. So or, and you can search for step contains, and find your step ID right here for your other funnel, the initial order form of that funnel. Get that step ID and you'll paste it on in here, and that way you can watch multiple funnels with the same Zap. So that's something to remember when you're setting up your new funnels. Go ahead and update your Zap with these new funnel step IDs. So anyway, I'll delete that option, and then we have our only continue if the status equals paid. So the only way somebody's going to make it through these two filters is if they've filled out this first initial offer and order form, and they paid for the product on this order form. So that's the only way they're going to make it through these two filters. And now we're going to go ahead and set up our action app. So we'll choose our app, in which case is Shopify. So Shopify. And we want to go ahead and create a customer, because new customers are created on that first order form, the initial order form, and only if they paid. So create a customer, save and continue, and go ahead and select your store or connect your store to Zapier, and then save and continue. And then pretty self-explanatory here. We're going to go ahead and create our customer. So first name, so search for first. And I always select contact, profile, first name, contact, profile, last name, contact, profile, email, etc. So all the contact, profile information, that's what I select. I don't know what the difference is between this and any other ones, but contact, profile seems to work, so I always select it and recommend you select it as well. So we got our first name here, and then we'll go with last. Contact, profile, last name, email, contact, profile, email, company name, doesn't matter. Street address, we'll go with ship. Contact, profile, shipping address, city. Contact, profile, city, state. Contact, profile, shipping state, country. Alright, so I realized I messed something up. For this country, you actually need to insert the 2-letter country code. So if you're only shipping to one country, go ahead and insert that country code in here. So for example, I only ship to the United States, so I'll just do US right here. Now if you ship to multiple countries, I'll have another video down below on how to do all that stuff because it's pretty advanced. But if you're only shipping to one country, go ahead and insert the 2-letter country code right here instead of that dynamic value. Zip, contact, profile, shipping, zip, phone, contact, profile, phone. If you want to assign tags or anything like that, you can to your Shopify store. Accept marketing. I select yes here. Hit continue. So to test Shopify, we need to create a new customer. This is what will be created. We can hit create and continue, and it's going to push all this information into Zapier, into Shopify. And we could go into Shopify and see if that customer is then inside of Shopify. Or we can go ahead and skip test and continue, which I'm going to do. So skip test and continue. Now hit continue. We'll turn our Zap on. And there we go, this Zap is done. So every time we have a new customer on that initial offer page right here, it's gonna push that information into our Shopify store. Now what we need to do is go ahead and track purchases for that customer. So let's come back out to our Zapier dashboard and do make a zap, and we'll just call this order tracker. And first things first, we got to go ahead and select our trigger app, which again will be ClickFunnels. So choose app, ClickFunnels, and we're going to be watching for new purchases. Save and continue. Select your ClickFunnels account, save and continue. And again, I'm going to be watching all funnels and all funnel steps, because we're going to use those filters to go ahead and filter out who we want to actually send to our order tracker and so on. So hit continue, and we'll fetch and continue, and we can go ahead and view our customer information, see if it looks somewhat logical. If you look through this information, you'll see things like their email address and name and everything. Like here's all my shipping address information, my phone number, etc. So you can kind of read this stuff if you want to. I know I'm scrolling through it quite quickly and it might look foreign, but it's actually reasonably legible. But anyway, gonna go ahead and hit continue, and we're gonna set up another filter here. So add a filter action, filter, only continue if, and I'm only gonna continue if my funnel, so contact funnel ID. So in the last one we did funnel step ID, but this one we're just going to do funnel ID because we want to watch the entire funnel for purchases. So contact funnel ID, we can go to contains, head over to our ClickFunnels account and load up our funnel, and we have funnels right here in our URL, and then we have our funnel ID, which is this information right here. So I'm going to copy this number, come back into ClickFunnels, paste it on in there, and good to go. If we want to watch more than this funnel for purchases in order to update our order tracker here, all we do is hit the or statement. So this funnel ID or funnel, contact funnel ID contains, and then go load up our other funnel and get that funnel ID, which will be right here. So hopefully that is making some sense to you. I'm only tracking this funnel in this example, so I'll go ahead and delete this or statement, but in my real accounts I have like 15 or statements because I'm tracking a whole bunch of funnels with one zap. So you can definitely do that, and I recommend it so that way you're only using one zap for everything. But that also means that you need to remember to update your zaps every time you create a new funnel. All right, hopefully that's making sense. I really hope so. Not trying to confuse anyone here. So let's do test and continue. And it says the zap would have continued, so that's cool. Continue. All right, we're gonna add another filter here. So come to this plus option, filter, only continue if. And again, we're looking for that status equals paid. So status contains paid. Because again, we only want to track purchases here. We don't want to track refunds or failed payments or anything like that. So if we're looking for paid statuses, and hit test and continue. And we have a success right here, so that's cool. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. And now we're going to go ahead and set up our action step. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and update our Google Sheet. So I'm going to look for sheet. We're going to go ahead and create a spreadsheet row. Save and continue. Go ahead and select your Google Sheet account. If you don't have it connected to Zapier yet, you can hit connect an account and follow the steps there. It's very self-explanatory. Hit save and continue. And now what you want to do is go ahead and find your spreadsheet. So hit this drop down option, locate your spreadsheet, and then find your worksheet, sheet 1. It'll go ahead and pull in all the columns. The first one is order date, and I typically enter the Zapier like merge code for that, and I'll include it down below so you can just copy and paste it. But what it does is enters like a human readable date into your spreadsheet. So just copy and paste it into there, and it'll automatically like format it pretty and everything for you. Okay, now status. this is the status of the order. We want to make sure that it says paid. Oops. Status. So status. Product right here will be the product name. So we'll go ahead and here's product's name right here. So it's like this option, paid. This is the amount paid. And so we got products, amount fractional, and this is essentially how many pennies somebody paid for one of your products or multiples of your products. First name, do first, and again, it's contact profile, first name. So pretty much just like your Shopify Zap that you just created, you're gonna select that contact profile, whatever field. So we got first name there, last, contact profile, last name, email, contact profile, email, phone, contact profile, phone, address, ship, contact profile, shipping address, city, contact profile, shipping city, state, contact profile, shipping state, zip, contact profile, shipping zip, country, contact profile, shipping country. And then we got process by, when, and notes. And these are 3 like administrative fields, so that way you can keep track of which orders you've processed or which orders your VAs have processed or whomever has processed, when they process them, and any applicable notes if there is any notes that need to be taken. So feel free to modify this tracker however makes sense to you. I don't care. It's going to be on your Google Drive, so do whatever you want. This is just the format that has worked for me. So if it doesn't work for you, change it up. So I'm going to leave these blank because I don't need Zapier to fill them out, because somebody will manually fill them out when they process the orders. So I'll hit continue, and it gives me the option to go ahead and test my Google Sheets, and it says that I'll like push this information into my sheets. I'm just going to go ahead and skip test and continue. I'll hit continue again, and now I'll turn my Zap on. So now this Zap is active, and again what this Zap does is it watches all my funnels and all my funnel steps for purchases, and then I have these 2 filters here, and these filters decide what funnels to actually watch, and they also make sure that the individual actually paid for the product before I update my tracker. So we got the funnel filter, and then we make sure that they paid for it, and if it's the right funnel and they paid for it, we go ahead and we add them to our order tracker. So let me go ahead and run through my funnel, and I'll show you exactly what happens. So here we are in ClickFunnels. Pop my funnel up real quick. Go ahead and copy my test credit card information. This will be Nathan Test 5 at crazyoutmarketing.com. I have all my shipping address information. Go to step 2, and I'll go ahead and check out real quick. Complete order. And here's OTO number 1. I'll go ahead and decline it right here. And I'm greeted with my downsell offer. And I'll go ahead and accept my downsell offer. So already I'll take it. And now I'm greeted with OTO number 2. And I'll go ahead and add this to my order as well. And so this is my order here. I got super awesome product, which is the initial product. Then I purchased downsell number 1 and OTO number 2. And I typically name these products the name of the product. I would not call them OTO 2 or downsell 1 or super awesome product. I'd call them like, crazy cool police cap and gray dancing shoes, but that's getting into ClickFunnels specifics. And so anyway, I went through this funnel, and now 2 Zaps should have fired. I should have had my new customer Zap fire. So I got my new customer Zap, which should create a new customer inside of Shopify. And then I also should have had my order tracker Zap fire, which should have updated my Google Sheet order tracker. So let's see if that actually happened. First, I'm just going to go to my tracker here, and I see that I have an order now on it. So I have 3 products order. I have my super awesome product, downsell 1, and OTO number 2. And as you can see, it makes a new line for each funnel step. So I have my initial step right here, my downsell step right here, and my OTO 2 step right here. So these are all different products on different steps, but they all belong to the same person and the same order. So that's something to take note of, is that your orders are going to likely span across multiple rows on your spreadsheet. So it's pretty simple to keep track of. I mean, just make sure your names and emails matches up, but it's just something to pay attention to. And what we want to do now is head over to our Shopify store in order to create our order. So let's head over to Shopify, and we're going to go to all orders here on the left hand side, and we're going to go ahead and hit create an order. And first things first, we're going to find or create a customer. So let's search for customers, and what it should do is allow us to find that new customer. So that new customer's email address is Nathan plus test5 at crazymarketing.com. So if I search for test5, I should hopefully find it right here. So here we go, Nathan Williams, Nathan plus test5 at crazymarketing.com. And you see that all my shipping information is right there, so I don't have to add it at all. Now it's just a matter of going ahead and adding the products to my order. So I can come over to my order tracker and figure out what the heck this individual ordered. So here's my tracker. So I got super awesome product number 1. So I just find, super awesome product number 1. And I don't actually have anything named super awesome product number 1, so I'll just select something real quick just to check the block. So we'll say that this 11 LED hat light is super awesome product number 1. And then they also ordered downsell number 1, so I'd go ahead and add downsell number 1, whatever product that is, to this order. So I'll just search for a product real quick. We'll say that it is this knife right here, so add to order. And then they also ordered OTO number 2, so I would add whatever OTO 2 is to my order. So I don't know, light, and we'll just say that is this light right here. So add to order. So I have these 3 products, and they so match the products right here, and I have the correct individual selected, so I am good to go. What I would do now is go ahead and select this mark as paid option, because the individual did pay for these products. They just paid through ClickFunnels, and it actually asked me that. So mark as paid. Did you receive a payment for this order outside of Shopify? Yes, I did. I got it through ClickFunnels. So I'll do create order. And now I've placed my order, and it's a matter of processing my order or fulfilling my order. And that's really kind of up to you how you do it, whether you do it through a fulfillment center or using Oberlo or Dropify or something like that. So this order is pretty much complete. Let's go back over to my tracker, and I'll just, for the sake of this example, go ahead and use my little admin notes right here. So processed by Nathan. So Nathan processed it. When did he do it? He did it on 21 November 2017. Go ahead, copy and paste this on down here. No notes necessary, or I could write test, I guess. Test. Boom. So now I know that this order has been processed, and of course I'd go ahead and fulfill it and be on my merry way. So that's kind of the 80% automated, 20% manual way to go ahead and connect your ClickFunnels funnels to Shopify. Now, it probably seems like a ton of freaking work and overwhelming right now, but once your zaps are ready to go and in place, all you really are doing is you're checking this tracker right here and looking for any orders that have not been processed yet. And then once you see those, you go in your Shopify store and you create a new order. You add a customer to that order, add the products to those orders, mark it as paid, and then fulfill the order. And it's actually quite simple. It probably takes between 45 to 75 seconds to actually go ahead and create the order, and it's really no big deal at all. So hopefully this video makes sense and I did not completely overwhelm you, but if I did overwhelm you, please let me know and I'll try and shoot it again and make it make sense. So thank you for your time.